They did a study with 5,000 people, and they asked them to write down words that they thought of when they thought of a salesperson and an image that they thought of. Can you guess what the words were? Slimy, what else? Pushy, what else? Sleazy, yep. Yeah. Any guess of the visual? Yeah. So the number one word was pushy, and the number one visual was the used car salesman in a polyester suit. Okay? That's the image that still comes to mind, generally, when we think of salespeople. Here's the interesting thing, though. I don't know, polyester kind of is coming back, right? We can wait long enough, and everything comes back. It looks a little better today. Cuts a little different. I don't know very many salespeople in my career that are truly pushy. There can be a few, right? But normally, we all really want some mutual success. We love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. We have this stigma from way back in the day. It's slowly changing. Okay? And it's changing because of where we are now in the landscape. Then through that came the door knocking salesperson. I'm going to age myself here, but I remember as I was little, there was door knockers with Hoover vacuums. Those things were the heaviest vacuums on the planet. Right? So then it was that era. And then we got into 80s, 90s, and it was a little bit more customer-centric. Okay? But we still held all the cards as salespeople, we still had all the data, all the knowledge. And then, about 15 years ago, .com came. You can Google now. You can research in Google. So, we as salespeople don't hold all the cards anymore. It's the customer that holds the cards. Doesn't matter if the information they have is accurate or not. They think it is. So the landscape has changed in that. And we're still adjusting to this. Even though it seems like it's been a long time that we've had Google and iPhones and all the things, if we think historically how humans interacted with each other in sales, it has been a lifetime of how we did it to where a salesperson would give you all the information versus just this little sliver of time now of how the customer comes to you with information. That's how the landscape has changed. Let me give you an example of this on a car sales. Who here has ever gone to a dealership and bought a car strictly from the dealership? Before Google? Yeah. And how many of you went there and you said, well, I want this, this, and this, and then the salesperson told you everything you needed to know about each car? So now it's flipped, where you know what you want, you also know which cars have that, and then you may go to the dealership, or you can just buy it online and have it dropped at your front door. That's how this scenario has changed. So in that scenario, if I did that and I had it dropped at my door, the salesperson doesn't come in until even after the sale to sell me value after. Right? The landscape has changed. So the modern framework then is that we have to meet them in a different spot. So our agenda needs to be value and client-centric and not, here's our products, here's our services, here's my agenda. We call this U-framing. So we U-frame it. What do they need? How can we help? How can we serve? And it's a shared vision. I also call this mutual success. What are you doing on a day-to-day for the mutual success of all the people that you're talking to? It's a win-win.